great seeing my next guest back in action. He's going to be taking on Joe Pyfer, UFC 287, April 8th. It's Gerald Meerschaert, live from the car right now. Gerald, how are you?
I'm doing good, James. How you been?
I've been great, man. It's good to be chatting with you. I love the veteran move of going in the car. You get the good sunlight. It's quiet, all that. So that's great. And that's because you're in Florida. Of course, you've been training there now for a couple camps. This card is in Florida. Does it feel like a bit of a home game for you a little bit?
Not really, because I still don't live here, but it'll be nice to not have a plane ride over to where I'm going. So that'll be really nice.
Yeah. What happened? I got to start right off the top here. What happened to Abus Magomedov? Weren't you guys supposed to fight? There was some rumblings, and then I know he was supposed to fight your old opponent, and now he doesn't have an opponent right now. What happened there? Because I figured that fight was going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. And again, I'm not blaming this on him so he's a expat living in Germany, so there's already complications there. But originally, I was supposed to fight him in February, and then they said, well, he's having visa issues to get to Vegas, so let's fight, or to get to Vegas, so let's fight him in London on the Leon Edwards card. And I was like, all right, cool. And then they said that he also couldn't get in to London, which is
Oh,
weird
okay.
because 4 months earlier he had no problem fighting there. But I was like, hey, you know what? Whatever. So I changed all my training plans around and all that good stuff, and then I come to find out, maybe it's not anymore, but I saw on Twitter somewhere that he had another fight scheduled for March in Vegas, and I was like, well, what the heck? So I don't know what happened on that end. I was ready to go. It got switched around. When it got switched around, Pyfer actually reached out to me personally, and very respectful, very nice young man, and we both needed someone. We needed a dance partner, and we were down for it. So we each told our managers, and it all worked out.
That's great. Yeah. And it kind of Paul Felder once again stuck in the middle here, right? Because Paul obviously
Yeah.
with that camp, because I mean, there's a bit of kind of a cool history thing going on here because you have obviously Bilal who fought Sean Brady and beat Sean Brady, and Brady trains with Joe Pyfer. Does that add a little bit more to this fight that you guys, there's a bit of kind of a rivalry going between the two teams?
Not really for me, no. I mean, that's, their fight is their fight, our fight's our fight. It sucks that Paul's friends all keep fighting each other, but
Yeah,
outside of that,
exactly.
it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Did you talk to Paul at all when this fight was announced?
No, not really. I mean, maybe we messaged each other once, but nothing at length.
Yeah. No, fair enough. Pfeiffer's on he's got a nice record, 10-2. A lot of hype behind him. Were you excited to get this matchup as far as an opponent? Because obviously you've been in the UFC a lot longer than he has.
Yeah, a lot of people mentioned that, and they were like, "Oh, you're getting this green young guy," but it's like Abus had one fight in the UFC, and I was going to fight him, so I don't really. And I even said this in my last post-fight interview. How can I be someone that expects to get the chance to fight up if I'm never willing to fight backwards? I mean, it'd be one thing if I was like knocking on the door for a title shot and there was no other clear contender, but
Mhm.
I'm nowhere close to that right now. So for me, the checks all cash the same. As long as I have an opponent, we're good.
How do you look at this fight from a style perspective in terms of what you bring to the table to what he does?
I think it's an interesting matchup either way. Like, most of the time I end up winning by submission. He's got some decent wrestling. He trains with some good grapplers, and he's got, known for having power in his hands. And obviously, look at my last fight. I also have power in my hands, but I think he's going to try and use his length. He's going to rely on using that hook a lot because I'm a southpaw, and he's going to try and stalk and get a clean shot. And I'm going to be in his face from bell to bell, trying to tire him out and trying to find a way to get it to the mat.
How's camp going over there at Killcliff? Looks like you got a lot of nice bodies over there. I saw the photos with two Canadians I know, Aaron Jeffrey, Marc-Andre Barrio. How's all that going over at Killcliff?
It's going great. Aaron's fighting this weekend. He was here for like the first half of my camp. Great guy. I was in for the tail end of Mark's camp, and he's back in starting for a new fight. So, training's been great. It's great energy in the room. Good having like high level big guys with me, and couldn't ask for more.
That's good. Who else did you get to work with as far as bodies? I know it's a big gym, but is there any guys you're maybe working with a little bit more than others?
I worked a lot with Ung Lang Song again. What's that? Ung Lan Sang again. Let me make sure I say that right.
Mhm.
But yeah, we work a lot together. He's a really powerful guy. He's got really good striking, and I give him the grappling side. We complement each other well in that sense, and so far it's worked out.
How about the cut? Obviously, you're out in Florida, probably cutting weight a little bit easier because it's so warm out there. But how's all that going ahead of this fight?
It's going good. Weight's great as always.
Anything different for this camp, or just same old, same old?
No, same old, same old.
It's good. And this camp, like, is it a bit easier doing camps like this in a way because you're kind of away from home, which I know is tough, but you also just have to focus on fighting. Like, you don't even have to like do any of the dad stuff, so to speak, because you got this fight coming up.
It certainly makes the meal planning easier, but it's give and take. It sucks that I'm away from my kid, but I do get to be a little more focused and kind of just be in the true warrior lifestyle for a little bit. So it's not better, it's not worse. It is what it is.
What about your corner? Who's going to be in the cage with you that night?
I'll have Jason Strout, Greg Jackson, and Tuco will be in my corner.
Interesting. Greg Jackson. So what did you like? How did that all get set up with Jackson?
Or no, sorry, not Greg Jackson. Greg Jones.
Greg Jones. I was going to say Greg Jackson is the head coach at Jackson Wink.
Yeah.
So
sorry.
listen, you get hit in the head for a living, not me. So I'll forgive you.
Yeah, it's getting hot in this car, so I'm getting delirious.
No worries. Don't want you hallucinating or anything. So yeah, Greg Jones, Jason Stroud, and who else you said?
Tuco.
Oh, Tuco. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I know who that is. Yeah, that's great. How's this fight playing out on April 8th? I know you like getting paid by the hour. I know you like picking up those submission victories. How's this one going down?
Second round submission.
There we go. To the point. No questions asked. I like it. And then just before we get out of here, what's your current contract status? Do you have a couple fights left, or what's the latest on that?
I'm on a brand new 6-fight deal, so I must be doing something right. I'm here to stay.
Good for you, man. This has got to be like contract number like 5 or something, right? You've been in the UFC for a while.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how many it's been, but it's got to be 4 or 5, something like that.
Good for you, man. That's does that give you a little boost? I know there's no 100% security, but to be able to get a contract like that again, not many people even live past their first UFC contract.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, a longer contract like that too, it means that they they like what I've been doing, and they feel like I'm going to be here long enough to make it worth it for everybody. So it's great.
It's awesome. But before we go, dad life, how's all that going? I know you're not seeing your little one right now, but how's that been for you?
It's great, man. It's the best thing that could ever happen to me. It's awesome.
Love it. All right, Gerald, I know you got to get to practice. I don't want the coaches to yell at you. You can blame me, but if there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, look me up on social media. Shout out to Combat Corner. Big shout out to Coach Greg Jones, not Greg Jackson. So